Um, I'm going to be very vulnerable here. And because I admire you, I feel so connected with you. Whenever I see your work and all the things you're doing, I feel such an affinity for your chutzpah and especially your work ethic. My God. So I'm going to say, what advice do you have for me?
Well, back at you first of all, because I first thing I do Monday morning is look for your email with the blog, and I go and check that out. That's part of my work routine,
Thank you.
and I'm inspired by your work all the time. What advice would I have for you? Um, Boy, I don't know. I mean, ever since we met, I've been learning from you every step of the way. Um,
Same.
and what advice would I have? I'd love to see what would happen if your focus has been very, very Pacific Northwest for quite a while. You know, what if you got to give yourself a month in Europe and came back and let that out in your paintings? I'd love to see that.
I'm putting it down. I'm putting it down as a post-it challenge for me. Places other than here. I may not get to actually travel, just between the dog and my lovely husband and our life and all that responsibilities here. But that doesn't mean I can't immerse myself in whether it's movies or videos or books or other people's photography. It doesn't mean I can't do an immersion from afar. I sure can.
Hmm.
And having been in Italy, having been in Ireland, having been in Thailand, I can call that back as well. So
Sure.
to allow myself to dwell emotionally and mentally in other places, I can definitely do that immediately. So
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Remember you did that residency in Ireland and how much I saw of that place in your work when you were doing that. That was great.
It was.
Not that where you are isn't great. Just I love travel. Well, I don't love being on planes, but I like being in new places, and I love seeing that come out in people's work.
Yeah, just like when you did the dry tortugas, right? I mean,
Yeah,
your not just your painting, but your photography as well. It's just insane. So
that was that was the for me photographically. That was I felt like I hit the top of the mountain, and that's why I had to start painting seriously. I went from 5% paint and 95% photography to 95% paint and 5% photography because I still wanted more and felt like I had done everything I could do with a camera.
wow, wow, wow.
As long as there's always another medium out there, I'll be fine.
Yeah, there are, fortunately.
Yeah.
There's no end.
I've barely scratched the surface on gouache and oil, so I've got plenty of work ahead of me for the next 30 years.
Nice. Well, thank you for your advice. I really appreciate that.
Sure. And you're right, that was a bold question to ask.
Good.
You don't know what somebody's going to bring back at you with that.
Yeah.
All right, my turn.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this one's a little bit on the personal side.
Hmm.
Um, when we met, you were Jen,
Yep.
and the Lola persona you gave in you used to give yourself courage in public events and speaking, and you full on embraced Lola. Does anybody still call you Jen?
Um, no one who loves me. There
I got it.
are there are people who refuse to call me by my new name.
Okay.
Yeah, but there is I was so inspired by Aboriginal culture where they take new names for each phase of their lives, and the old name is dead. And there's a tradition, of course, among trans communities and other communities of dead names where that
Hmm.
name is no longer who you are. And I think that just for me, and it was, you know that I've identified as Lola for a long time, but when Malcolm came into my life and he said, "You are Lola, I'm just going to call you that." And then I took the name Lola. My middle
Right.
initial's L, so that works out just fine, right? Um, and it just all the baggage that I had that went with the old name fell
Sure.
away because
Yeah.
Lola can do anything and she can be anything, she can wear anything, she can say anything.
And you're right. I mean, you make that hard stop, you can leave what's not working behind in the past and have Lola take what she wants as she moves on. I watched that happen in stages, I think,
Yeah.
but it's been glorious to watch.
Thank you. Thank you for appreciating it because not everyone does. And especially those people who don't like change and they don't like others to change. Um,
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's unfortunate, but yeah.
yeah.
Um, I think everybody should take on a new name in midlife. Should
Right.
be a you retire from your corporate life, you get a new name.
Well, exactly. And I've learned so much in recent years about the brain's the way it takes in what we tell it. And if I tell it it can be a new person, then it
Yes,
will. But if I attach it to the old name, then it won't.
right.
So yeah, any future publications, which there is one coming, and all that, they will be under Lola. So yeah,
Got it. Okay.
very excited.
Wasn't sure I was going to ask that one, but now I'm glad I did.
Yeah, thank you. I encourage anyone who feels stuck, identity wise or baggage wise. I think it's especially helpful for people with a traumatic background.
Hmm.
You give yourself a new identity and embrace it. It's very freeing.
In some ways, it's almost like moving to a new city at 50. I became a new person when I moved here. I didn't
Yeah.
have to be Carl the IT guy anymore or, live up to any expectations that were given to me. I mean, much of what I've done here is the same, but I was allowed to, the introvert in me, I kind of squashed it for a while, and we did what we joined everything. We became radical joiners. It's not the name that Wendy coined for it. I've forgotten what it was. Um, but we just jumped into everything new and everything different because we didn't have to carry what people knew of us. You know, the I know you can do this, so can you help me with this? It's what do you want to? You're allowed to decide what's important. You know, and that's huge.
As with you, I love moving to new cities for that reason. Or in the past, I did because I
Hmm.
needed to be free to be something different than what the old place had pigeonholed me.
It seems to me your current place and situation is quite good.
It is. It is. I don't imagine how it could get any better. So, but hey, universe, I'm open. I'm open to things being even better. So
Well,
this is absolutely fantastic, and I feel really inspired and connected. And I'm just wondering if you have any follow-up questions that our conversation generated.
um, I want to ask you one question that is a gift for the people that are watching this.
Oh, I'm getting teary. What's that?
Oh, this question um, is there a right way to art?
The right
Is
way to art.
is there a right way to art, or is there to be defined and redefined by each person who picks up a brush and pen or instrument?
Hmm. Um, there is one thing that is a right way to art, and the rest of it is personal. And the right way to art is to commit to it. The time, the resources, the emotional energy, the bravery, the thought, the dreaming, because so many people can't get themselves to get in and do the thing.
Yeah.
So committing to arting, whatever that involves for that person, is the right way.
I think you're right because what that does is that gives back to you so many times over. It's not even funny. I from personal experience, I started my painting journey as a Sunday painter. I was commuting 2 hours each way and working in the city and didn't know how long my day was going to be. So I painted on Sunday. And good painting was happy Carl at dinner, and bad painting was grumpy Carl at dinner, knowing he had to go to work on Monday. And I couldn't, at that point, I found it very hard to add more. But then I found a way to make a Tuesday night class that I went to and found more ways to do it, joined a gallery, which had commitments on how much work I was going to produce. So I did things that tricked me into forcing me to commit. And that was, that led to me opening the gallery with Julie. And that led to me doing this full time. I don't make $1 million a year, but I love every minute I spend doing it.
I like what you said about tricking yourself into committing. That's if that's what it takes, do it. Right?
I'm smart enough to know how to trick myself sometimes.
Well, can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah, of course.
And that is, I want to know where you're going in your creative career. Do you have like a mecca that you're aiming toward, a way you envision it looking without a time frame limitation on it? Because like, people have their 5-year plans or whatever. I just think, where do you want this to lead you?
Uh, so this is funny because one of the questions I didn't get to ask you um, kind of um, touches on this. Um, where is this leading me? I guess it also came from the right way to art thing. Um, there was a point early on when I would use inspiring work the wrong way. I would go to a gallery, I would be in a show, and I would do that horrible thing where you compare yourself to other people
Oh,
and grade yourself against other people's art.
yeah.
I have shed that. And all I am trying to do is get better every day. And that's the only goal I have. There's nothing else. There is whatever I do, whatever kind of painting I'm trying to do, am I doing it better than I did it yesterday? There is nothing else. And if I get to keep teaching, that would be awesome.
I love that. It's simple and doable and clear.
Well, don't set goals for yourself you can't meet. It's
Yeah, right.
this, and that's not an easy goal either. It's commitment, and but it's simple. It's, you know, put the work in and put the studying in. I look at other people's work in a whole different way from what I did in the beginning. I look at um, more about how they got the piece done and let the beauty of it wash over me instead of going, God, I wish I could paint like that. Accept it that it is a beautiful thing and just enjoy it for that and learn from it instead of being afraid of it because I can't do that. So
That's so funny because here's the guy who in his art classes bailed before the critique, and now he's saying my only goal is to get better,
yeah,
which is
it
embracing the critique, right?
yeah, I have the self critique, which was the hard part.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I still grit my teeth during critiques during um full real critiques. Like as part of Tom's program, every 2 months you send him one painting, and then one Sunday, at the Sunday after that, he gives everybody like 20 minutes on the painting that they sent in. And I still had to squirm in my seat going through the process. Everything he gave me was a nugget, and it was great stuff for going forward. But I also made the mistake of sending him paintings I was really proud of to
Oh,
get praise because that's one of my weaknesses.
same.
I've always been the one who wants the pat on the head, but I really should have sent him some of my dog paintings, the just the worst ones, and said, "What can I do with this one?" That would be really being brave. That's the next step.
Wow. Look at you, another full circle for you, back to the beginning, but reclaiming it.
And it's a lifelong journey. It doesn't have, it's a little bit every day, which makes it easier than, I mean, Sunday, yes, there was a watershed thing that happened on Sunday, but at the same time, I've been building up to being the guy who stood up for himself for quite a while. So it's, you know, yeah, good stuff.
Wow, wow, wow. I am so glad we did this.
I When you posted that you were going to do it, I was like, I hope I'm first. I hope I'm first.
It worked
It
out.
also harkens back to me having had three blogs when I had the videos that we were no the audio we were recording for the trip and stuff. I had several of those that we interviewed each other. Be funny to go back and listen to those now compared to this. I'm gonna have to dig up some of that audio.
Yeah, it would be cool to know because I think we're both in very different places.
Yeah,
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 yeah, might be quite
growth.
educational. Yeah.
Huh.
It is full circle. And as soon as I pulled the name, I thought, oh, this is meant to be. So,
Yeah,
yes.
like I said, I was thrilled. It's like I want it to be me. I want it to be me.
And so it was, and it may be again because it is random every month. So
Well, there's plenty of questions left on my list, so no problem there.
okay.
Thank you so much. This has been so much fun.
Well, thank you, Carl. I feel just connected. I feel really, really good. So thanks.
Great. Hopefully this sets the tone for all the other ones.
I hope so too. They've got a high bar. Hear that, readers? Have a wonderful rest of your day and let's stay in touch.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Okay, bye.